Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। हरे कृष्णा हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। थैंक यू माता जी। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna. Thank you Sumangla Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu Pranam. And Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Now Prabhu today will take 27th and 28th shloka of 28th chapter, 4th canto. Yes, Prabhu, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Nikamakalpatarorbalitam phalam sukamukadamadadrava samyutam pipata bhagavatam rasamalaya muhuraho rasika bhuvibhavakaha Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim yasam tato jayamudire nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttamasloker bhaktir bhavati naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so we are reading from Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 20, Lord Vishnu's appearance in the sacrificial arena of Maharaja Prithu. So, can I request somebody to read the sloka translation and the purport, both 27 and 28?
Hare Krishna, devotees, please raise your hands. Vasudha Mataji read the shloka, Shantai Mataji translation, and Shobha Mataji the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. One second. Atabjetvakhila purushottamam gunalayam padmakareva lalasaha api avayor ekapati spradhok kalair nasyar krita tvachcharanaika tanayoho. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Translation Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now I wish to engage in the service of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and to serve just like the goddess of fortune, who carries a lotus flower in her hand. Because his lordship, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities. I am afraid that the goddess of fortune and I would quarrel because both of us would be attentively engaged in the same service.
Hare Krishna, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord is here addressed as Akhila Purushottama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord of the entire creation. Purusha means the enjoyer and Uttama means the best. There are different kinds of Purushas or enjoyers within the universe. Generally, they are divided into three classes: those who are conditioned, those who are liberated, and those who are eternal. In the Vedas of Supreme Lord is called the Supreme Eternal of all eternals, Nityo Nityanam. Both the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living entities are eternal. The Supreme Eternals are the Vishwatattva, Vishnu Tattva, the Lord Vishnu and his expansions. So, Nitya refers to the personality of Godhead, beginning from Krishna to Mahavishnu, Narayana, and other expansions of Lord Krishna. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Ramadi Murtisu, there are millions and trillions of expansions of Lord Vishnu as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, and other incarnations. All of them are called eternals. The word mukta refers to the living entities who never come within the material world. The baddhas are those living entities who are almost eternally living within the material world. The baddhas are struggling very hard within this material world to become free from the threefold miseries of material nature and to enjoy life. Whereas the muktas are already liberated. They never come into the material world. Lord Vishnu is the master of the material world, and there is no question of his being controlled by material nature. Consequently, Lord Vishnu is addressed here as Purushottama, the best of all living entities, namely Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. It is a great offense, therefore, to compare Lord Vishnu and the Jiva Tattva or consider them on an equal level. The Mayavadi philosophers equate the Jivas and the Supreme Lord and consider them to be one. But that is the greatest offense to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Here is the material world. Here in the material world, we have practical experience that superior person is worshipped by an inferior one. Similarly, Purushottama, the greatest, the supreme personality of God at Krishna or Lord Vishnu, is always worshipped by others. Prithu Maharaja therefore decided to engage in the service of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Prithu Maharaja, in consideration to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, but he is called a Sakti Avesha incarnation. Another significant word in this verse is Gunalayam, which refers to Vishnu as a reservoir of all transcendental qualities. The Mayavati philosophers, in accordance with the impersonalistic view, take the absolute truth to be nirguna, without qualities. But actually, the Lord is the reservoir of all qualities, all good qualities. One of the most important qualities of Lord Vishnu is his inclination to his devotees, for which he is called Bhakta Vatsala. The devotees are always very much inclined to render service unto the lotus feet of the Lord. And the Lord is also very much inclined to accept the loving service from his devotees. In that exchange of service, there are many transactions which are called transcendental qualitative activities. Some of the transcendental qualities of the Lord are that he is omniscient, omnipresent, and all pervasive, all powerful, the cause of all causes, the absolute truth, the reservoir of all pleasure, the reservoir of all knowledge, the all auspicious, and so on. Prithu Maharaja desires to serve the Lord with the goodness, with the goddess of fortune. But this desire does not mean that he was situated on the platform of Madhurya Rasa. The goddess of fortune is engaged in the service of the Lord in the rasa of Madhurya, conjugal love. Although her position is on the chest of the Lord, the goddess of fortune, in her position as a devotee, takes pleasure in serving the Lord's feet, lotus feet of the Lord. Prithu Maharaja was thinking only of the lotus feet of the Lord because he is on the platform of Dhasya Rasa or servitorship of the Lord. From the next verse, we learn that Prithu Maharaja was thinking of the goddess of fortune as the universal mother, Jagan Mata. Consequently, there was no question of his competing with her on the platform of Madhurya Rasa. Nevertheless, he feared that she might take offense at his engaging in the service of the Lord. This suggests that in the absolute world, there is sometimes competition between servitors in the service of the Lord, but such competitions is without malice. In the Vaikuntha world, if a devotee excels in the service of the Lord, others do not become envious of his excellent service, but rather aspire to come to the platform of that service. Haribol. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavats.
Hare Krishna. Next, 28.
Hare Krishna.
28.
Mataji, read the shloka. Chandrika Mataji, the translation. And Sumangala Mataji, the first paragraph, and Anita Mataji, the second paragraph. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Mataji.
Jagadjananyam Jagadisha Vaishatam Jayad eva yat karmani naha samhitam pitam karoshi palgav api uru dina vatsalah vayeva dishnaye abirat asya kim taya. Hare
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord of the universe, the goddesses of fortune, Lakshmi, is the mother of the universe, and yet I think that she may be angry with me because of my intruding upon her service and acting on that very platform to which she is so much attached. Yet I am hopeful that even though there is some misunderstanding, you will take my part, for you are very much inclined to the poor, and you always magnify even insignificant service unto you. Therefore, even though she becomes angry, I think that there is no harm for you, because you are so self-sufficient that you can do what without her. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Mother Lakshmi ji, the goddess of fortune, is well known for always massaging the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. She is an ideal wife because she takes care of Lord Narayana in every detail. She takes care not only of his lotus feet, but of the household affairs of the Lord as well. She cooks nice food for him, fans him while he eats, smooths sandalwood pulp on his face, and sets his bed and sitting place in the right order. In this way, she is always engaged in the service of the Lord, and there is hardly any opportunity for any other devotee to intrude upon his daily activities. Prithu Maharaja was therefore almost certain that his intrusion into the service of the goddess of fortune would irritate her and cause her to become angry with him. But why should Mother Lakshmi, the mother of the universe, be angry with an insignificant devotee like Prithu Maharaj? All this was not very likely. Yet Prithu Maharaja, just for his personal protection, appealed to the Lord to take his part. Prithu Maharaja was engaged in performing the ordinary Vedic rituals and sacrifices according to Karma Kanda or fruitive activities. But the Lord, being so kind and magnanimous, was ready to award Prithu Maharaja the highest perfectional stage of life, namely devotional service. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. When a person performs Vedic rituals and sacrifices, he does so to elevate himself to heavenly planets. No one can become qualified to go back home, back to Godhead by means of such sacrifices. But the Lord is so kind that he accepts a little insignificant service, and therefore it is stated in Vishnu Purana that by following the principles of Varnashrama Dharma, one can satisfy the Supreme Lord. When the Lord is satisfied, the performer of sacrifices is elevated to the platform of devotion service. Prithu Maharaj, therefore, expected that his insignificant service to the Lord would be accepted by him as being greater than that of Lakshmi ji. The goddess of fortune is called Chanchala, restless, because she is very restless and is always coming and going. So Prithu Maharaj indicated that even though she might go away out of anger, there would be no harm for Lord Vishnu because he is self-sufficient and can do anything, everything without the help of Lakshmi ji. For example, when Garbhodakashayi Vishnu begot Lord Brahma from his navel, he did not take any help from Lakshmi, who was just sitting by him and massaging his lotus feet. Generally, if a son is to be begotten, the husband impregnates the wife, and in due course of time, the son is born. But in case of Lord Brahma's birth, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu did not impregnate Lakshmi ji. Being self-sufficient, the Lord begot Brahma from his own navel. Therefore, Prithu Maharaj was confident that even if the goddess of fortune became angry with him, there would be no harm neither to Lord nor to himself. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much to all the devotees, those who read the sloka translation pulpit. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurumilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyati Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much to all the devotees, those who joined. And thank you very much to and those who are organizing this, the daily hearing of Shrimad Bhagavatam program. I'm very, very glad to be part of it, getting the opportunity to serve all the devotees and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. So, we are reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, and this is the lineage of whose lineage is this? We are still reading. Sorry?
Dhruva Maharaj, Uttanapada Prabhuji.
Yeah, Dhruva's lineage. We are still continuing the lineage of Dhruva Maharaj. And in the Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj also comes. We all know the story of King Vena and how Prithu Maharaj was born, and then what are the activities that he performed in the beginning of this canto. You must have heard from all the other speakers. So there were a lot of activities done by Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj was not born as a small child. He was born as like he was churned from the thighs of the king Vena, who was very, very impious. So King Vena was cursed to death by the Brahmanas, and then the same Brahmanas only churned the thigh of the King Vena, and the Prithu Maharaj appeared. Okay, so along with Prithu Maharaj's wife Queen Archie was also appearing. So they both were the incarnations of Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi Devi. So we saw the activities of Prithu Maharaj. He did wonderful activities. He chased the Mother Earth, who took the form of a cow, and she was running. She was hiding all the natural resources, the seeds and the grains was hidden. And then there was a great famine, and all the citizens they went and appealed to Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj immediately understood this is the activity, this is the mistake of Mother Earth. So he immediately started chasing Mother Earth to cut into pieces, and then Mother Earth took shelter of a cow form, but still Prithu Maharaj was not, pacified. He chased. He was ready to kill the Mother Earth. And then finally, Mother Earth saw the prowess of Prithu Maharaj, took shelter of him and offered prayers, and then Prithu Maharaj milked the cow. And then we know this how Prithu Maharaj was doing the Ashwamedha Yajnas, and Indra become very much anxious of his position. He became very insecure. So he wanted to disturb uh, the the yajna, and then he was stealing the horse. Not one time, two time, many time he was stealing the horse. He was coming as a brahmana. That is the beginning of the false religion. For example, the people that's nowadays there are so many saffron. They wear saffron, but they do all the nonsense. So similarly, Indra was an example of that. He was coming like a sadhu as a brahmana, wearing saffron, but he was doing all the non-Brahminical activities. So then Prithu Maharaj finally arrested him. He wanted to punish Indra, but at that time Lord Brahma came and advised, and then Lord Vishnu also appeared. So this is the chapter that we are in. What happened? The Lord has advised. The chapter entitled "The Lord Vishnu's Appearance in the Sacrificial Arena of Maharaja Prithu." And then in this chapter, the first portion you must have noticed or must have heard that it was Lord's instructions to Prithu Maharaj. What the instruction that he gave. Okay, and then there was some dealings with the Prithu Maharaj, like affectionate dealing of Prithu Maharaj with affectionate dealings of the Lord with the Prithu Maharaj. Like they were looking each other. The Lord doesn't want to leave. The Prithu Maharaj was crying. His eyes were full of tears. He was offering obeisances within the heart. So God within the heart. So many things was happening. And then now that this portion that we are seeing is basically the prayers of Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaja was offering prayer to the Lord, and this is the right mood of a devotee. Like whenever you want to glorify the Lord, you need to offer prayers to the Lord. So that is why you go to any of our temple, you visit any temple, you should first do what you should do. You should offer prayers before you put forward your petition, whatever that you want, akama sarva kama, that you want anything. But before you put forward your desires, you first has to offer prayers, glorify the Lord. So that is a standard. So he offered prayers, like he was offering prayers from text, I think 22 or 23. Prithu Maharaj is offering prayers, and in this, if you see, particularly a couple of verses before, Prithu Maharaja was glorifying the hearing of Krishna Katha, or the Hari Katha. So one should hear Hari Katha, that will purify one's existence. So that is why even Prahlad Maharaj, when he was, he also glorified not only Prahlad Maharaj. In that way, for that reason, there's so many exalted personalities. They all glorified the hearing process of devotional service, because the devotional service start with our ears. Start with our ears. So the more we hear, the more we'll become purified of our existence. The more we become purified of existence, the more we can advance in our spiritual life. And then Prithu Maharaj, in the previous prayers, he also glorified the association of the devotees. So how an association of the devotee is glorious. So again, it is not only Prithu Maharaj. So many, like if you see Prahlad Maharaj when he is offering prayers, Dhruva Maharaj when he is offering prayers, the sons of Prachetas when they are offering prayers, like many great personalities, when they are offering prayers, they always request for they glorify the association of the devotees, and they will always request for the association of the devotees. So in this particular verse, text 27, so now Prithu Maharaj is requesting the Lord, is putting forward his obligation. He's saying that now I wish to engage in the service of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and to serve just like the goddess of fortune. So now he want to serve the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Vishnu, like the goddess of fortune. Okay. So here, in the he understood that the position of goddess is very great. So immediately he is saying, I am afraid that the goddess of fortune and I would quarrel, because both of us would be attentively engaged in the same service. So what is the service of goddess of fortune? Always we see goddess of fortune is engaged in the massaging the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So Prithu Maharaj is also requesting, he also desiring to engage in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. So and he was in a fear that there will be a quarrel between him and the goddess of fortune. But actually, goddess of fortune, Prabhupada writes in this purport, goddess of fortune is in the Madhurya Rasa. Okay, she is in the bow of conjugal love, whereas Prithu Maharaj is in the mood of a servant, Dasya Rasa. So actually there is no competition, because Madhurya is a different rasa, and and the dasya is different. But even you are in any rasa, the dasya is always predominant. Like whether you are in conjugal love, whether you are in parental love, whatever rasa that you are in, there will be dasya. Without dasya, the other rasas, you cannot practice other rasas without dasya. For example, Srimati Radharani is always in the very, very highest perfection of the Madhurya Rasa, but always she want to serve Krishna. She want to give pleasure to Krishna. Similarly, the Lord wants to give pleasure to his devotees, like Srimati Radharani and the gopis. So even for example, the parental, the Vatsalya Bhav, Nanda Maharaj, and Yashoda Maya, even though they were in the Vatsalya Bhav, but they always want to serve Krishna. So the dasya is always there. The dasya is always there. But here there is no comparison. Madhurya and dasya, there is no comparison. But still, Prithu Maharaj is putting forward this point, because he is thinking that Mother Lakshmi should not become upset with him because he is going to serve Lord Vishnu. So let's see some purports of the key things, from the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So the first thing Prabhupada addressed here is the Lord is the Akila Purushottama. Okay, the Lord is the Purushottama of the entire creation, and He is the ultimate enjoyer. Okay, so in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhurdam sarva bhutanam nyatva mam shanti michati." So Krishna says, I am the I'm the Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. Krishna says, I am the enjoyer. I am the Lord of all the creation. Krishna says, I am the Lord of all the creation. So the whole creation is meant for the enjoyment. But for whose enjoyment? It is for the enjoyment of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, not our enjoyment. One time somebody asked Prabhupada that what is the purpose of the whole creation? Prabhupada said, it is for the enjoyment. And then everybody was looking at Prabhupada and they were thinking, oh, that means then why we are like, there are a lot of things they were happening, like people thinking that, oh, then why we are restricting ourselves, we have this rule, that rule, why we cannot enjoy this, why we cannot enjoy that. Within a moment Prabhupada then said, not for your enjoyment, for the enjoyment of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So the whole creation is meant for the enjoyment of the Supreme Lord, and He is the enjoyer and we all are the enjoyed. We all the living entities are considered to be the enjoyed. So there are innumerable expansions which we cannot. Prabhupada writes in the purport, Prabhupada referring to Brahma Samhita, Ramadi Murtisu, that sloka. So there are millions and trillions of expansions of Lord Vishnu as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha and other incarnations. All of them are called eternal because the Lord is always eternal. Nityo Nityana. So there is the Lord never gets or takes a material body. He is never subjected to the modes of the material nature. He is never considered to be material. So all the incarnation, it could be any incarnation of the Lord, they all are considered to be the expansions of Lord Vishnu or expansions of Lord Krishna, and they all are eternal. And Prabhupada then talks about the muktas. Mukta means those who are eternally liberated. The baddhas are, like Prabhupada using the word eternally, almost eternally. It's not that eternally. Muktas are eternally, they are liberated. Okay, the baddhas, those who are bound, they are almost eternally. So the point is, they're almost eternally, binding in this material world. But there is always a way, there is always a chance to get themselves liberated if they take up to the devotional service. So that's why, it is not mentioned eternally. The Buddhas are eternally, eternally within this material world. Then what is the point of liberation? What is the need of doing devotional service and all these things? There is no need for doing any devotional service because you are already, eternally you are in this material world. But that's why Prabhupada is using that word very carefully, that it's almost eternally. Means they are almost in this material world, but there is a chance if if they take up to devotional service, they can come out of this material world. Then Prabhupada talks about the Jiva Tattvas and the Vishnu Tattvas. So in our philosophy, we consider the Jivas are as good as the Supreme Lord. Like that's why this is the philosophy which was given by the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are qualitatively one, quantitatively different. Achintya Beda Veda Tattva. The Lord is the reservoir of all the eternal qualities. But we have the portion, maybe a drop of the qualities that He has. That also not everything that He possesses. We possess some percentage of it, some portion of it. And that also we only possess very, very small, a pinch, a drop of what the Lord possesses. Like if we say, if the Lord is an ocean, if the Lord is like a big ocean, then we are just like a drop of that ocean. Like the Lord, the quantity of qualities that the Lord possessing is like an ocean. Then we are possessing only a drop of the ocean. Where is the comparison? Like where is the ocean? Where is the drop of water? But the Mayavadi considers themselves to be, equal to the Lord. They consider the Jivas and the Lord are same, and they also say that there is no form for the Lord. They always consider the Lord to be impersonal, like a Brahman, impersonal Brahman. This is the greatest offense because they consider the form of the Lord to be material and they don't want to become attached. Initially, they want some form to worship, but once you perfect, then you don't need the form of the Lord also. You can kick out the form of the Lord because everything is Brahman. Everything is impersonal Brahma Jyoti. This is their conclusion. This is what they do. But if you see any, you take all the scriptures in the whole world, you churn it, means we cannot do right now because we don't have because we are all alpaisu, mandabuddhi. But even if you are able to do that, what comes out from that, the essence is the holy names of the Lord. Okay. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. So if one takes to the direct chanting of the holy names of the Lord, then is considered to be that he has came to the conclusion of all the Vedas. Because what comes out of the chanting of the Vedas is only the holy names of the Lord. So if you are chanting directly the holy names of the Lord, you already learned the conclusion of all the Vedic scriptures. But these Mayavadis, they churn the whole Vedas, but they never come to the conclusion of the holy names of the Lord. They think that they come to the conclusion that everything is impersonal, which is the greatest offense of the of the Lord, at the lotus feet of the Lord. So the Mayavadis, they kick out the form of the Lord, whereas we all worship the form of the Lord. The Lord in the temple, the deity form, is considered to be non-different from Krishna because we don't have our eyes doesn't have the what I would say the power to see the transcendental form of the Lord. So the Lord is so mercifully appearing in the temple in the Archa Vigraha form, in the material world as Archa Vigraha form. Even when Arjuna was requesting Krishna to show his Virat roop, Krishna told Arjuna, you cannot see with your eyes. Imagine this is the position of the condition of Arjuna. Arjuna was always with Krishna, very close to Krishna, very dear to Krishna. He himself cannot see. Arjuna was told by the Lord, you cannot see with your normal eyes. You need a Divya Chakshu, you need a transcendental eyes, you need a divine eyes. And then Krishna also blessed Arjuna with the transcendental eyes to see the form of the Lord. And what to speak of us. So that is why we are not qualified, or we don't have the qualification to see the Lord directly. But the Lord is so merciful that He comes and appears as as Archa Vigraha, so that we can, see Him. We can offer service to Him, and the Lord is so kind that He accepts all the service that we do. But the Mayavadis, they don't believe in it. They don't believe in it. This is the greatest offense of the Mayavadis at the lotus feet of the Lord. And Mahaprabhu told, He can forgive even the greatest sinner, but He will never forgive the offenders at the lotus feet of the Lord. That means the Mayavadis. If anybody offends the lotus feet of the Lord, Mahaprabhu cannot forgive them. But He can forgive the greatest sinner, a person who is so sinful, but he has taken shelter of the Lord. The Lord can, forgive him and give shelter and even deliver him. This is what has happened to Jagai and Madai. They are the greatest sinners, but they were delivered by Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And later they become devotees. They were dancing in the Kirtan along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this opportunity never comes to those who don't believe in the Lord's form, or those who think that me and myself and the Lord are same. Okay, so deciding to engage in the service of the Lord. Okay, Prithu Maharaj is considered to be the Sakyavesha Avadar. Sakyavesha Avadara means the energy, the form of the energy of the Lord. Okay, so he still wants to serve the Supreme Lord Shri Vishnu, Shri Krishna. Okay, not only there is always there's so many examples we can see. One good example is when you read 10th canto. In that one, the Mahavishnu, who is this greatest of the greatest, like imagine Mahavishnu size is like the Lord, when He breathes from His pores, universes are coming out. And we all live, what to speak of us. The whole creation is there for the existence, for the length of a breath of the Lord Vishnu. When the Lord breathes, everything comes into existence, everything manifests, everything happens, all these things happen. Whatever you're seeing around is happening right now is like not only today or the past, maybe millions and trillions of years. Whatever is happening is only one breath of Lord Vishnu. Imagine that Vishnu always desiring to see Krishna. We know the story of a Brahmana boys were stolen or dead as soon as they're born, and then that the Brahmana took shelter of Krishna and Arjuna, and they went searching for the boys, the infants, around I think 8 or 10 child was born and immediately died. And then they went to all the planets. They went to Yamaraj's planet, because when Yamaraj sees Krishna, if he was terrified. Like, we all are terrified because Yamaraj. But Yamaraj is terrified seeing Krishna. And they went to all the planets, they went to many planets, and then they traveled to, even they crossed all the Mahat Tattva, and they went to Mahavishnu's planet. There, Mahavishnu kept these children. Why? He only stole all the children. Why? Because he wanted to take darshan of Lord Sri Krishna. So, like that, here Prithu Maharaja is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, but still he wants to serve the Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu. And the Mayavadis, they consider the Lords as Nirguna. They consider Nirguna, they take Nirguna means without qualities. Nir means without, Guna means qualities. So they directly translate these words and they apply that to the Supreme Lord, and they think that the Lord is not without any qualities. Means that's why they come to the conclusion, they think everything is Kaivalya. It's like, that's everything is one. And they think there is no qualities. That's why they think that the impersonal Brahman is the ultimate, and there is no qualities in the impersonal Brahman. But actually, in the scriptures, it is said, Kaivalyam Narakayate. If anybody considers that that the Lord doesn't have any qualities, the Lord is impersonal, is as good as going to the hell. It is as good as going to the hell. So this Mayavadi's destination is only hell, because they are offenders of the lotus feet of the Lord. They consider that the Lord is without qualities. The Lord is impersonal. They are very much qualified to go to the hellish planet. That's why Mahaprabhu always warned, never hear from a Mayavadi Prince Mayavadi saint, or anybody who speaks Mayavada. We should never hear from them, because this Mayavadi considered the Lord without any form, whereas we consider the Lord as a form and we worship the Lord. And the Mayavadis consider that the Lord is without qualities, but we consider the Lord as all the qualities in full. All the qualities in full. So the Prabhupada writes in the purport at the end, at the end of this paragraph, Prabhupada writes, some of the transcendental qualities of the Lord are that He is omniscient, omnipresent, all pervasive, all powerful, the cause of all causes, the absolute truth, the reservoir of all pleasures, the reservoir of all knowledge, the all auspicious, and so on. Because that doesn't end. Because there's so much of qualities, and Lord possesses everything in full. Everything in full. So Nirguna means without any material qualities. This is what Prabhupada has given. The definition of Nirguna for us, the Lord is considered Nirguna. One of the qualities of the Lord is Nirguna. That means the Lord doesn't have any material qualities. So the Lord is filled with the full qualities, all the auspicious qualities in full. So the Lord is always glorious. So Prithu Maharaj understood that the only service that he can do is to massage the lotus feet of the Lord, and he wanted to engage in the service of the Lord, and he wanted to compete with the Mother Lakshmi, but we already discussed that Mother Lakshmi, or the goddess of fortune, is in the conjugal love, whereas Prithu Maharaj is in the Dasya Rasa. Okay, but he was thinking that, oh, now if I do service, then what will happen? There will be a competition. Yeah, he's thinking like that. So Prabhupada writes in this purport, in the Vaikuntha world, if a devotee excels in the service of the Lord, others do not become envious. So Prabhupada writes, there is competition in the service of the Lord also. Like how we have competition in the service of the Lord, similarly, there is competition in the spiritual world also, because everything comes from the spiritual world. So, only difference in the competition, between the spiritual and the material world is the spiritual world does not have any malice. Okay, whereas here, when it comes to competition, we become envious of the devotees. Sometimes this happens very common. We see this in almost every temple, every yatra, every congregation. This one becomes envious of other because one does some service and the other thinks why I am not getting that service, or the one thinks that I am better than that person, I can do the service better than that person. So then one becomes envious. So if there is envy, there is no place in the spiritual world. Okay, because we all fell from the spiritual world because we become envious. We become envious of the Supreme Lord. So similarly, if any devotee who becomes envious, and I think I heard, I may be wrong, but I heard this somewhere in one of the lecture of Prabhupada or in the purport, that the last thing to leave before you attain perfection is envy. You can control everything. You can suppress all the other, the doshas, the fault, like all the other things. But the only thing which stays until you become perfect, the last thing to leave you is the envy. Because we are always envious of someone or other. So, as the devotees, we should practice, without envy. There should be competition. Like one time when I was hearing Gauranga Prabhu, because they used to announce this book score. In all the temple, they announce the book score. No? Like this department has distributed this many books. Like that, they were announcing some book score, and like there was some young brahmachari boys. They were distributing books, and they were, they kept the score and they were announcing. And then the one, like when they announced the score, one boy, he stood up and he rushed to the front of the stage, and then he said, "Oh, my score is wrong." Like he was trying to correct and fix that in the same point, because he felt that his score is wrong, that he is not getting recognition. And then this boy, after they spoke to him, and then he left, and then Gauranga Prabhu, he spoke, and then he said, what was this, what was this before? Like he used to play a lot of cricket. So Prabhupada said, sorry, then Gauranga Prabhu said, before he was running for the cricket score, now he is running for book score. That is good only, let him run. So like that, if anybody does any good service, we should encourage them. Like, for example, I think this comes in the 10th canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam. Whereas there are a lot of beautiful, fragrant and nice colors, flowers in Vrindavan, in the spiritual world. Even the material world, you see there's so many beautiful flowers. In the spiritual world, there's so many varieties of beautiful, fragrant flowers. But all these flowers will take a step back, and they will all encourage the Tulasi to go forward and offer prayers to the Lord. They will never think that, oh, we are more beautiful, because if you see the Tulasi plant, compared to the other flowers, there is not much flowers. There's only manjari is coming. Okay, doesn't look very beautiful, but there is not as much as fragrance like a very other fragrant flower. All the other flowers, they think that, oh, the manjari has to go and offer prayers. They will encourage Tulsi to go in front of the Lord. So that is the attitude of a devotee. If somebody can offer better service to the Lord, then that person should be encourage to do service. We should never think, oh, this person who came very recently, but he is doing nice service, I should pull him down. So that is envy, that is malice. That should not be there. Okay, so then text 28. Now, who's that? Prithu Maharaj understood the position of because he knows already he knows the position, but he understood that he is trying to compete with the Mother Lakshmi. Then he is glorifying Mother Lakshmi also. He is calling Mother Lakshmi as the mother of the universe. Okay, and as I mentioned, he is requesting now the Lord to take some side with him. Even though if mother becomes angry, he is requesting, please you come, you stay in my side. Like when a small child sees the mother is angry, then immediately the child will run to the father and then ask the father to give or protection or help. So similarly here, Prithu Maharaj is taking shelter of the Supreme Lord Vishnu and is putting a petition saying that even if mother becomes angry, you take my side. Okay. And in the purport Prabhupada writes, Goddess of Fortune is well known for massaging lotus feet. So, and Prabhupada gives, she is an ideal wife because she takes care of Lord Narayana in every detail. And he gives the detail of what all she does. Not only that, she does a lot of things. So, what we have to understand, this is the purport of Prabhupada. And Prabhupada telling how an ideal wife should behave. How an ideal wife should behave and treat the husband in a nice way. Okay, it doesn't mean that what I would say, like you have to be a maid. No, you have all the nowadays there's a lot of equal opportunity, the equality, the feminist. A lot of people, they come forward and they say the men and women are equal, but the Shastra doesn't say like that. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you have to be like a maid, but you should take care of the husband nicely. Even because many times what happens, if the husband is not a devotee, then the wife thinks, oh, I am in the devotional service, he is not into Krishna consciousness, why I should serve him. But she prioritizes all her other things before, all her devotional services before, then she ignores sometimes or rejects the husband. That should not be the case. Even for that reason, sometimes when we come to Krishna consciousness, we see our relatives and family members are not taking to Krishna consciousness, and what we do, we think, oh, why I should serve them? What is the need to serve them? Why I should do all these things to them? They are not Krishna, they are not devotees anyway. Why I should waste my time in engaging the service of the family members who are not Krishna consciousness? So this is the wrong conclusion. One should serve them nicely, because if you are a devotee, means they will see what you do. Because if you become devotee and if you treat them not well, then they will think, what is this person is a devotee but not treating anyone well. If I become devotee, then I will also become like that. So it's better I stay without, better I stay like this. I don't want to do any devotion. Why I should follow this Krishna consciousness, devotional service, all these things. So they all become averse to Krishna consciousness. So if a wife in the house becomes a devotee, she has the power to convert the whole family into devotee. Why? Because by her action, by her behavior, by worshipping the Lord and at the same time serving the family, and by offering prasad every day to them, they will get the mercy of the Lord. They will get the mercy of the Lord. So I have seen so many families, the wife first enters into Krishna consciousness, And then by the power of the purity of the wife, later the husband, the children, the whole family comes into Krishna consciousness. But one has to serve them nicely, be patient, and uh, uh, be kind to them. Compassion is very, very Jivadoya Namaruchi Sarva Shastra Sar. Like, if you become compassionate, if you chant the holy names of the Lord, and if you become compassionate to all the living entities, that is the essence of all the Vedic scriptures. So in this purport, Prabhupada writes about how the Lord is very, very independent. And he gives the example of Garbhodakashla Vishnu manifesting Brahma within his navel without the help of Mother Lakshmi. Although Mother Lakshmi was sitting right beside him, he did not ask Mother Lakshmi help to create Brahma. He himself did it. Why? Because the Lord is Atmaram, is self-sufficient. Is self-sufficient. Okay, he doesn't need anything from outside to become sufficient. We see in the prayers in the Ishopanishad, Om Purnam Adat Purnam Idam Purnat Purnam Mudasyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Evava Shishyate, because the Lord is sufficient, is complete, is whole, is full. That is why whatever emanates from him also is full. So the Lord doesn't need anything. He doesn't need our services. But He's so merciful that He is accepting our service. Why? Because by serving Him, we can go back home to His abode. That is the only reason the Lord is coming and doing all the activities, so that He can attract the minds of the conditioned soul, so that the conditioned soul can start engaging in the service of the Lord, and then we all can go back home, back to Godhead. So that is the only reason. And there is always a transcendental competition between the devotees and the Lord. For what? To serve Him. So the pure devotees, they always want to serve the Lord, and the Lord wants to serve the pure devotees. The Lord says, I don't know anyone other than the devotees, and they don't know anyone other than me. Okay. There is a transcendental competition always going on. There is no winner, actually. Nobody wins. The Lord wants to serve His devotees. Similarly, the devotees want to serve Him more and more. There's always a transcendental competition. We can see, this the life of Raghunath Das Goswami. When Raghunath Das Goswami was chanting the Radha Kund, and there was a tiger came to drink water from Radha Kund, because at that time it was like a forest. So Lord Krishna, he was standing to protect, because Raghunath Das Goswami was absorbed in the holy names of the Lord. He did not see what is happening around. But the Lord is ready to come and protect His devotees. He was standing with his bow and arrow to protect Raghunath Goswami. And then one time he was chanting, and there was a lot of sun. In Vrindavan, when you go during summer, it will be very hot. So he was sitting and chanting, no bhajan kutir, no nothing, no air conditioned room, no fan, nothing. He was sitting in the hot sun and chanting the holy names of the Lord. And he was completely absorbed. Srimati Radharani personally came, and she was holding her fallu to protect Raghunath Das Goswami. Like, there's so many examples we can see. The Lord, how He comes and protects His devotees. He is ready to serve His devotees. The more you become submissive to the Lord, the more the Lord wants to fulfill your desire and serve you. Like, I was hearing the katha of the great saint Tulsidas Ji. Tulsidas Ji is the one who wrote Ramcharitmanas, which is very, very famous as like scripture only. After the Valmiki Ramayana, Ram Manas Charit is a very, very famous work. So Ramcharit in the that Tulsidas Ji, when he wanted to see the Lord, he can see the Lord. When he wanted to do arti for the Lord manifested the whole the darbar, and then he did the arti for the Lord. But actually he thought something else. He had a desire, then immediately Lord fulfilled that desire to do the arti for the Lord in that the darbar. And then he was sleeping one day in his house. Some thief came to steal from his house. But when the thief came, they tried to enter his house. There was one man who was standing with the bow and arrow, protecting, guarding his door. They tried to enter from the other side. The other side was also somebody was guarding the door. And then later they realized it's Lord Ram only, personally protecting him. So this is always a transcendental competition. The more we want to serve, the Lord will serve us. Or like, it means he's ready to serve his devotees. Like, even the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, not in the second chapter, first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna ordered Krishna, take to the chariot to the middle of the assembly of the warriors. And then in that purport, Prabhupada writes, when Lord was commanded or ordered by Arjuna, he became very happy. Why? The Lord is ready to carry out the orders of his pure devotees. And is ready to serve the devotees. So the one, if we take ourselves more towards the Lord also comes towards us. If he keeps away from the Lord, then Lord also stays away from us. So what we should do, we should try to take a step by which we can go closer to the Lord. And particularly, we should always stay away from the Mayavadi philosophy. Like, for example, in the purport somewhere I read that people think that Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Shiva, they all are equal. This is one of the offense to the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. The second offense. If you consider the holy names of the Lord is equal to Brahma and Shiva's names, then this is an offense to the Lord. So what we should do, we should try to avoid offenses, stay away from the Mayavadi philosophy, and try to engage more and more in the devotional service of the Lord, and try to avoid the envy towards the devotees. Don't have malice in the heart. Okay, so if you don't have any malice, any envy in your heart, then Krishna manifests in your heart. Shushubhi Takshanat. Who can understand the Bhagavatam nicely? One who are pure at the heart. Means there is no envy, there is no anger. Only these devotees can understand. Okay, so I'll stop here. It's 9:02 on my clock. Thank you all very much for giving me the opportunity. Happy to take a couple of questions if anything is there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class, wherein we had so much of learnings today, how to offer the prayers to the Lord, and the role of a wife, and so many, how spiritual envy and we should not cultivate. And also, Prabhuji, the spiritual competition is good for one to attract the mercy of the Lord. So many lot of takeaway points, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, we will take the questions. Prabhuji, is it okay, Prabhuji?
Yeah. If any questions
Yes,
are there, then
Paripurna Lalita Mataji, you can ask Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams. Thank you for all the practical inputs, Prabhuji. My question is, you told that we should serve our family, especially even if they're not in Krishna consciousness, our husband and children. At the same time, we have to serve the relatives also. My experience is it's very difficult to maintain relationship with the relatives and at the same time really be good in Krishna consciousness also. So it's better to avoid them than because mostly with going with relatives means it will be mostly mundane functions, material functions, and the talk will also be all material talks. I feel it really disturbs me. In fact, next day sadhana will get affected. So what do you mean by serving the relatives? And but as you said, even this all also happens. oh, these are they go to ISKCON, they don't come with us, they are different. That also happens. So what is the balance, Prabhuji? How to draw this balance?
I agree
So
with
the
her,
very
Prabhuji.
important.
So
Thank
true,
you, Prabhupada.
Mataji.
Sorry, sorry.
Yes, we agree with it.
Many agree, Prabhuji. Many are facing the situation.
Many
Similar.
agree. Yes, very good. See, um, when we associate with other devotees, sorry, other people other than devotees, first thing you should have compassion for them. You should understand they are in a very, very pitiable situation because they think the sense enjoyment is all in all. But you don't have to tell these things to them directly. Okay. And when you go to family functions, you have to associate with them. There's no other way. But be gentle with them. You don't have to, say something which may hurt them, which may, which makes Krishna consciousness is very bad. Because for them, see, for example, if somebody who had a back injury, he cannot ride the horse the next day, right? For example, you had a fracture in your leg. Can you go and dance in the kirtan tomorrow? No, you cannot do that because if you have a fracture, then you have to put you have to put the bandage and then you wait until it heals. It takes times and then you can dance in the kirtan. So similarly, these family members, they see your action than what you speak. The relatives, they see your action than what you speak. If you are very, like if there is any prajalpa is happening, because of course the non devotees, they will have all of the prajalpa only. They don't have anything else to talk about the Lord. They have only prajalpa. They fill with them all the other nonsense. So you just hear, but you don't get attracted, don't get affected by these things. Just hear, sit, say, nod your head, yeah. Just stay, go in the flow. That's it. Don't become offended, or you don't offend them because they see how you react to every single situation. Okay. Devotees and non-devotees, they look the same. We also go to work, they also go to work. We also eat, they also eat. We also do all the recreational activities, they also do. But we try to keep it as much as Krishna consciousness. So that's what, as I mentioned, if you do something which may hurt them, then they will never come to Krishna consciousness. If Prabhupada thought that why should I go to Vrindavan? Sorry, like I am already here in Vrindavan, I am chanting nicely. I'm staying in Radha Damodar temple. Everything is auspicious. Why I should go to America and preach? If Prabhupada has thought like that, then what we will be doing here at this moment. So
Prabhuji, but that is
our-
different. No, with relations, it becomes different. When you go to their house, they force you to eat. If you don't eat also, then they feel hurt. Then they keep
then
talking.
you tell them, like for example, my own family members, they are not into Krishna consciousness, like my relatives. But when I go, I tell them that I don't eat these things. I don't eat onion, garlic. If you want me to make something, you make without these things and offer it to the Lord and give it to me. Then I will accept.
But
And
they
then they make, like, gently when you tell them that, they make it. Like first, initially, I used to take only fruits and juices. When I go to their places, I tell them, okay, I take only fruits and juice. I take only juice and fruits and whatever that doesn't is not a grain. And then if there is a grain, then I tell them, please, cook in this way and then offer to the Lord, give it to me. My own parents, I go to my place when I go to my own. Mostly they have a separate vessel for me. They cook separately when I go, and then I do the offering. I put the banana leaf, I put everything on the plate, I put tulsi, I offer it to the Lord. And then I take. By this way, what happens? I also get prasadam. I'm not offending them. And at the same time, they also get the mercy of the Lord by eating the prasadam. Maybe one day they will come to Krishna consciousness. That's it.
But Prabhuji, there's a small hitch. We have been told not to eat food offered by, cooked by non-devotees. Then what do? You may offer the food, we may offer, but it's cooked by the non-devotees. And that's also a problem.
Correct. See, that's what I'm saying. You have to do devotional service according to the time, place, and circumstances. Like you go to many places, when you go to yatras, like big yatras which is organized, you see most of them they're cooking are non-devotees. But if the cooking is according to our standard, it's okay, because and it's emergency, like it's not a regular thing, no. So these are the things which you have to deal very carefully. You say, oh, you're non-devotee, when you cook, I will not eat.
No,
Right.
Prabhu, we don't say like that, yeah.
That
But
will
in a very
affect.
diplomatically, we tell them. But the fact
So
is, they are
if
non-devotees.
possible, avoid. If you are possible, avoid it. But if there is no possibility, then you accept, but you tell them. But sometimes this will bring a change in their heart. You have to deal with them in a very, very, very gentle way, because they are seeing what you are doing. Otherwise, they will not become Krishna conscious. They will not. Then you cannot preach to them. If somebody who is averse to Krishna consciousness, then you cannot preach to them. That means you are chasing one soul away from Krishna. Okay. And our mood is that we want to engage everybody in the service of the Lord. Everybody in the service of the Lord. Okay, Mataji?
Not easy, Prabhuji. Not easy.
It's very, very, that's what you said is very, very correct. But we have to deal in a matured way with our relatives and the families.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Shall we take
Thank
the
you,
other
Mataji.
question, Prabhuji? Shobha Mataji can
Yeah.
ask Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, one thing is like we are hearing that Krishna is not having any material qualities. But in Bhagavad Gita 10.4, we learn that Krishna says that all the qualities are coming from him. So he's the source basically for all the qualities in the world. So Prabhuji, I just couldn't understand the two, how to relate the two.
It is very simple, no? That when it is like the material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. Like how in the Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned, there is a tree upside down. That is what is the material world. So Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante maam bodhava samanta. Krishna says, everything emanates from me. Everything emanates from me, the spiritual and the material world. So what happens, the qualities in the spiritual world are pure, but when the same quality tinged with the material, when it comes to the material world, it becomes, conditioning. So it's same like, for example, the energy of the Lord, or the electricity. Prabhupada gives this example of electricity. The same electricity can be used to heat as well as to cool. So the energies are the same. How you deal with the energy, depending on that, it will reciprocate to you. So if you are not a devotee, then what happens? The energy will bind you in the material world. But if you are a devotee, the same energy will help you to liberate. So similarly, the qualities here, when it is in the material world, it will bind you. But if you rise above this, Krishna says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, I think somewhere late, I think 60, 70, like that. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Nirdvanto Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Shema Atava. Krishna says, rise above all these modes. Rise above all these modes. Okay. And this mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance exists only in the material world. There is no ignorance in the spiritual world. So these all are created. Like, for example, these are the qualities of the material world. That is why we are here in the material world, which is a wrong place. We are like although we can live in a nice, comfortable house, air-conditioned house, we live in a nice city, maybe a nice place, everything could be very, very nice. But it is like taking the fish out of the water and giving a golden bed to the fish. So the fish won't be happy, even though you put the fish in a very nice air-conditioned room and with a nice big TV with Netflix and this and that, and then but the fish will be natural, happy when it is in water. So similarly, we all are here in the material world, which is having all these defects. So we should try to go out of this material world. Although we may be in a comfortable life, but we should understand this is not our place. We should leave and go back to God. Okay, Mataji?
Thank you so much. Yeah, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Thank you, Mataji, for giving me early chance. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is it okay to take one more question, Prabhuji? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. When glorifying the Lord at times of difficulty, when we are in outside or something like that, we need to offer the prayers. Like we should glorify the Lord only, then we have to offer our prayers. So I just want to know, Prabhuji. So in a hurry, like only Hare Krishna mantra we keep saying, that is also a glorification of the Lord only, no, Prabhuji. Like
That is
how to
like
understand that,
you
Prabhuji?
chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the essence of all the mantras.
Mantra. So
if you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that is enough. But when you are in some situation where you are not able to remember any other
like
mantra, then Hare
glorifying.
Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is enough. If you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that's enough. But it is a good practice that you remember some slokas, learn some slokas, read it every day. That is why now what the practice that we are doing right now is the practice for the spiritual world. So what we are learning now is going to come with us when we go to the spiritual world. So we should try to practice more slokas, and that is the purpose of doing Bhagavatam studies. There is a Bhagavatam, there is slokas memorization, right? Like the Bhakti Vaibhav and the Bhakti Shastri courses. The sloka memorization. Why? You have to memorize this and then practice every day. Read, at least take some time to memorize these things so that whenever there is whenever you go in front of the Lord, you can offer these prayers. But if you don't remember, it is okay. The Lord will be so merciful. You can chant the Hare Krishna Mantra.
Hare Krishna. I just wanted to confirm, Prabhuji, whether my understanding was correct, because we should not speculate on the Shastras or anything that we receive. So I just thought that when you gave that example, that boy scored, he was before interested in cricket, and later when he went for book distribution, so Prabhupada said it's okay. So what I understood was that.
Prabhupada. I heard this from Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. Sorry, Gauranga
Okay,
Prabhu. I think maybe in Bombay somewhere, probably.
Okay, Prabhuji, that he was competing in a way to sell, give more books, distribute more books. So this is what I understood, Prabhuji. So that was
So what
correct
did you
only, no,
say?
Prabhuji? Like spiritual competition
Yeah,
is
this
also.
more you distribute, the more you are pleasing the Lord. But initially there will be some material tinge, like the qualities will be
That's
there. Like
right.
you want to do it for puja, labha, pratishtha. Like you want to become the number one seller. Why? Because you want to be recognized.
That,
Then everybody talks. Oh, this person is the number one book distributor. He has distributed 100 sets of Bhagavatam in the last year. Like that, they will glorify him. So people generally become that when there is a glorification, we become puffed up. That brings out pride in our heart. So the mood to distribute books is to please Prabhupada and to please our acharyas. That's it.
thank you,
If
Prabhuji.
you are fighting, if you are competing with others, that is fine. But the mood should be because like in Mayapur, always compete with each other. But if you have the mood that I want to distribute more books because Prabhupada has told us to distribute, not for recognition, not for puja labha pratishtha, then it's fine.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Shall we end the session, Prabhuji, with the praise?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the devotees for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Vanja, kalpadalita, pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.